Welcome and thank you for using FastChart Baseball, the charting application designed by coaches, specifically for coaches. Now that you have registered and logged into FastChart Baseball, you will land on the main page. This will allow you to navigate through the entire application. The first thing we are going to do is set up your team profile. To do that, we will select Team Profile and it will take you to your player list. Down at the bottom of the screen, you will see a button called Add Players. Select that button and it will take you to that individual player's profile screen. Once you select the Add Player button, you will land on this screen. This will automatically show your team name. You will need to add player name, jersey number, player year, player position, what he bats, and what he throws. These are all required to get started for each player. Once you have added all that information for the individual player, simply select Apply, and that will take you back to the screen that shows all of your players as you enter them one by one. Once you have entered all of your players, simply hit the back button at the top left corner, and that will take you back to the main screen. Now that you have added all the players on your team, it's time to add opponents to play. To do that, we're going to select the Opponents section. You will see Add Team at the bottom of the screen. Tap on Add Team and that will bring you to this page where you can add all the information that is pertinent to who you are playing. When you're done entering the information, click Add. That will take you back to your team list, and from there we will begin to add players to that opponent's team. Now that you have created a team, it's time to enter players for that team. To do that, simply tap on the name of the team. That will bring up the players list. This list should be familiar to you since it is just like the one you added your team players on. To start, go down to the bottom, click on Add Players, and that will again take you to the individual profile screen. To reaffirm what we learned earlier, you will need to add the required fields. Those fields are player name, the jersey number, the player year, player's position, what he bats and throws, and once you have completed that, you hit Apply, and it will take you back to that player screen. Once you have entered all of your players, simply hit the back button at the top left corner and that will take you back to the main screen. Once on the main screen, it's important to note, to start a game, you must first schedule a game. To do that, we go to Game Schedule. Now that we are on the Game Schedule screen, simply select Create Schedule. That will bring you to the area where we can begin to add our entire schedule for the season. You will need to enter every field that's shown, all the way down to location. As you can see, you can quickly enter an entire season of games in just a few minutes. After you have entered your schedule, it's time to go back to the main screen. If you have followed along with the previous information, you are now ready to play a game. To start the game, simply tap on the Game Setup button. You will see a list of games that have already been scheduled. As you look at the schedule of games, notice to the right there is an icon that looks like a piece of paper. This is where the pitch codes are going to be stored for that individual game. Every time you schedule a game, FastChart will create 8 pitch cards specifically designed for that game. Those numbers will match up to the numbers that are going to be shown on the main screen when we begin to chart. To use the pitch codes, you will need to print out the wristband cards by emailing those to yourself, or you can go to the website and print them off from there. Once you've printed the pitch cards, or are just ready to start the game, select the game that you want to play. Once you have the lineup in hand, it's very easy to enter that lineup. To do that, we're going to first select Roster. Once on the roster screen, you will select the players just as they appear in the lineup. For example, if player 18 bats first, select him, choose the next batter in the lineup, and select him, and continue in that fashion. Once you have entered the lineup just as it is shown on the card, select Done, and that lineup will be saved just as it appears on the lineup card. Once you have entered the batting lineup, it's time to select the starting pitcher. To do that, simply tap on the starting pitcher box, which will again bring up the list of players on the roster. Find the player that is starting, simply tap on the box to the right, that enters him as the starting pitcher. Now that the lineup has been set, repeat those steps for the opposing team and hit Start Game. Thank you for watching. And for more information on how to chart a game, visit our website and look for the tutorial on how to chart.